Okay, you're thinking about moving to Newbury Park, but you're probably not finding much information online. Well, I'm here to help. Let's talk about the pros and cons of living in Newbury Park. Hi, I'm Emily Berdon, and I'm a residential realtor specializing in helping people relocate to the Conejo Valley. When I moved out here, I felt like I was taking a shot in the dark trying to choose a neighborhood. But now that I've been here for a while, I want to help you understand the differences between the different areas. Now, you may be looking at homes online and going, wait, is it Thousand Oaks or Newbury Park? It's both. So Newbury Park is a town within the city of Thousand Oaks, so you can use the names interchangeably. But if you see the zip code 91320, you know that it's Newbury Park. Some people say Newberry. It's Newbury. But if you say Newberry, we can still be friends. So let's get into the attributes that differentiate this area from the other towns in the Conejo Valley. All right, pro number 1. Newbury Park has its own microclimate that makes it unique to this area. The weather here stays mild year-round. During the summer months, Newbury Park will often be 10 to 15 degrees cooler than some of the surrounding towns like Calabasas and Agora Hills. And because of the way this town is situated, it enjoys ocean breezes from Malibu and Oxnard. The newest neighborhood in Newbury Park, called Dos Vientos, which is actually right here behind me, is a big draw for families moving here from the west side of LA. They want those cool ocean breezes, but they want to own a home in an area that has a strong sense of community. So they come to Dos Vientos. It's amazing that in the Conejo Valley, you can drive just a few minutes and the weather can change pretty drastically. In the summer months, some of the neighboring towns might be registering the same temperature as Newbury Park, but because of the topography here, it feels cooler and more comfortable. So as far as that goes, Newbury Park wins for the best weather in the Conejo Valley. Pro number 2, it's more affordable. Well, sort of. Newbury Park is definitely more affordable than Westlake Village, Agora Hills, and Oak Park. And it used to be more affordable than Thousand Oaks, but lately buyers have been discovering this area and finding it to be equally desirable. So at the time of this video, the average home price in Newbury Park is just under $1 million, and for Thousand Oaks, it's just over $1 million. But compare that to Agora Hills and Westlake Village homes that average 1.4 and 1.7 million respectively. Granted, those areas have more high-end luxury homes that are skewing their numbers upward. Let's compare apples to apples. Let's take a 2,200 square foot 4-bedroom home. In Newbury Park, the median home price for this home would be $953,000. In Westlake Village, the same home would be about $1.4 million. That's about 45% more for a comparable home in Westlake. In Agora Hills and Oak Park, that home would be about 20 to 30% more. So if you're looking for value, you're gonna wanna look at Newbury Park. All right, moving along, pro number 3, hiking. If you are into hiking or mountain biking, you will love Newbury Park. There is so much protected land and trails everywhere. Most of the neighborhoods back up to the open space, so you can hop on a trail from your neighborhood, if not from your own backyard. Newbury Park is home to the trail that I mentioned in a previous video that goes all the way to Malibu, so you can hike from Newbury Park to Malibu in just a few hours. All the protected land and open space make this area feel so safe, serene, and quiet. Speaking of quiet, that leads me to con number 1. The nickname Snoozbury Park should sum up the first con. It is the furthest Conejo Valley town from Los Angeles, and aside from the hiking and mountain biking, there is not much to do here. This could be a pro or a con, depending on your lifestyle preference. There also aren't very many good restaurants here. Granted, some of my favorite restaurants are in Newbury Park, but it's pretty scarce, especially if you're coming from a big city. And what's frustrating about this area is there have been some massive missed opportunities. Case in point, a few years ago, they were putting in a new complex across from the Home Depot complex in Newbury Park. Residents were buzzing with excitement about what was gonna go in there. Were we gonna get a cool, hip, healthy restaurant, maybe a bowling alley? No, they put in a Lowe's across the street from Home Depot. Come on! Should I do that again? Hopefully this will change as more young families move in and create demand for those amenities. But for now, unless you fall in love with some of the local favorites, you're gonna be driving 10 to 15 minutes for a good restaurant or a shopping center. Con number 2, you find mostly tract homes.
Tract.
Tract? Do you pronounce the T?
Yeah.
Tract or tract? Tract? That's weird. Track. I'm gonna say track. In Newbury Park, you find mostly track homes that are repetitive in look and style and may lack the individuality that you would find in a custom home. If you're looking for a custom home, you might have a hard time finding it in Newbury Park. Most of the neighborhoods are track housing from the 70s and 80s, which most architects would say was not the best era for home design. But hey, no judgment here. My house was built in 1979. Now, there are some exceptions. There are some custom hills.
You said custom hills.
I did? Mm-hmm. Oh, so, okay. Well, that too, right?
They're very custom here.
Yeah. There are some unique custom homes, mostly in the hills surrounding Newbury Park. Additionally, the neighborhood I referenced earlier, Dos Vientos, while it is track housing, it is also a master planned community that was built in the late 90s and early 2000s. And a lot of thought went into the design, curb appeal, and feel of the neighborhood. As a result, it is a beautiful and highly desirable community, but the homes here are significantly more money than the rest of the town. All right. Con.
That's it. Thank you for watching.
All right, con number 3, stigma. When Newbury Park was first developed in the early 1960s, it gained a reputation for being the destination for people who couldn't afford to live in the city, and they ventured out here for the inexpensive, modest homes. It was one of the furthest residential areas outside of Los Angeles along the 101, and therefore the cheapest place to buy property. But as people started discovering how unique and special this area was, more businesses, homes, and infrastructure came in. Newbury Park now has something for everyone, from sprawling gated estates to mobile homes and everything in between. So while a lot has changed, stigmas are harder to change. If you live in Newbury Park and meet someone who lives in, say, a more affluent area, and you tell them that you live here, you may get a, "Oh, nice." Whatever, somebody's coming. Hi, Angela. Hi. We're shooting a real estate video.
Oh, so cool. It's good to see you.
Yeah. All right, so that wraps up my pros and cons of living in Newbury Park. Does this sound like an area that you would want to live in? Comment below and let me know. If you're thinking about moving to this area, be sure to watch my other videos where I go over the pros and cons of living in Thousand Oaks and the pros and cons of living in Westlake Village, so you can figure out which neighborhood is best suited to you. I've linked those videos below. If you have any questions about living in Newbury Park or want more details on what you can expect when you move here, go ahead and reach out. I would be happy to help. My contact info is below.
Maybe hold your phone up and check your hair.
Wait, this is a long one. Did you like that, or should I do it again? Is it Thousand Oaks? Why did I look over there for so long? Don't smile. I feel like that's all I can do. As far as that goes, that was so dumb. Pro or con? I know. If I don't play with it, it doesn't. Number 3. What is it? Serene and quiet, right? Oh. So let's sum it up. Lowe's, Home Depot, track housing, stigma. I can't. I love Lowe's. I'm just curious if this is gonna work. You definitely want to move here now, don't you? Good? Got it? I can't.